The rainy night. A broken superstar saved my life. I was staring at an eviction notice taped to my front door. Um, Terrified. My wife was inside, trying to hush our crying baby, and I felt like the walls were literally closing in on me. I was working double shifts driving a tow truck, just praying for a miracle. But the math wasn't adding up. We needed 3 grand by Friday, or we were out on the street. It was 3 a.m. on a Tuesday. The rain was coming down in sheets, just relentless. I got a call for a breakdown on the I 95, some fancy sports car with a blown tire. When I pulled up, the driver was standing there in a soaked hoodie, shivering. I hopped out, ready to do the job, and when he looked up, my heart stopped. It was him, the action star, the guy whose face was on every billboard in Times Square. But he didn't look like a hero. He looked broken. Red eyes, messy hair, like he'd been crying for hours. I could have asked for a selfie. I could have tweeted his location. But I didn't. I just nodded, treated him like any other guy having a hell of a bad night. I changed the tire in the mud while he sat in the cab of my truck to warm up. We didn't talk about movies. I just told him, hey man, storms don't last forever. He looked at me, really looked at me, and said, thanks. I needed to hear that. When I dropped him off at his gate, he shook my hand, firm, respectful, and vanished into the dark. I didn't think much of it until I got back to the garage. I looked over at the passenger seat, and there it was, a thick envelope. Inside, there was a note that just said, for the silence, and $10,000 in cash. I sat there in that greasy truck and just wept. Because of that one quiet drive, my little girl still has a roof